What's going on YouTube? My name is Darian. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I talk about fragrances on this channel, of course, hence the name, BowTie Fragrance Guy. But also get into talking about some style, fashion, some grooming. Just trying to make sure that you guys look and smell great every day. I want to give my contribution to society, man. So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting that bell icon as well, so that way, anytime I upload a new video, you guys will get notified. On today's video, guys, we're going to be jumping into a brand new release. I think it was released last week. The newest fragrance from the brand of Chanel. I'm talking about Chanel Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. Ready to give you guys my thoughts on this fragrance, so I'm going to run the intro and we'll come back. We'll get into it. So if you want to hear this guy's thoughts, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into it. The newest release from the brand of Chanel. Now, Chanel, listen, and I want to talk to my subscribers right now, guys. Look, catch me right here. Chanel, please give us Bleu de Chanel elixir. We need that. I think it will redeem the designer fragrance market. All right, so, but that's not to say that I don't like this one. Chanel Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. Here is the box. All right, so there's the box. We have very similar to the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport, which was released in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Looks pretty much the same. It just says Superleggera in red there, and the bottle is very, of course, a clear bottle you can see through, so you can see how much juice you have. Always a good thing, not to have to wonder. Right there you got the batch code at the back. It's down at the very bottom. Mine is 0302. Hopefully the camera picks that up. Yeah, but it's right down here at the bottom of the bottle. So there's the batch code. Again, it says Allure Homme Sport Superleggera, and the letters on the Superleggera is actually embossed, so it actually which I like is just a nice touch because it stands out. So you can kind of run your fingers across there and actually feel that. That's a nice little touch. The fragrance retails for $172, and this is a 3.4 ounce bottle, aka 100 ml. All right, so I'm gonna spray it on my skin here, let you guys see the sprayer. Nice mist. And we're gonna get into talking about it. Now, I consider myself to be a practical reviewer, so I'd like to kind of give you guys other fragrances that it kind of reminds me of, just to kind of start to help to paint that picture for you. If you haven't smelled it, maybe you smell these other fragrances that have been on the market for a while, and get an idea of what it smells like before I start going through notes and things of that nature. But honestly, when I smell this fragrance, this reminds me of the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport combined with aspects of YSL Eau de Parfum. Now, I've seen a few people kind of give their take on this fragrance. I haven't seen anybody mention YSL, but the YSL Eau de Parfum, that almost, the kind of sweet, almost aquatic aspects of YSL, I kind of pick up a similarity with this fragrance. I could also see people saying that it kind of smells like a combination of the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport and maybe the Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, because there's some sweetness here as it dries down. Definitely has some sandalwood, which I'll kind of get into talking about that later. So some of those, kind of sweeter, creamy aspects that you got from the Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme is kind of present here as well. Now, Superleggera, I think the translation of that in Italian, if I'm not mistaken, means super light. So this is supposed to be a super light fragrance, but to me, by no stretch of the imagination does it really come off as a super light fragrance. But I like what this fragrance does on my skin. It really projects well. It really pushes for that first 2.5 hours. So I really enjoyed that. It's an EDP concentration. And overall performance, I got 27 to 7.5 hours. I mean, depending on how technical you want to be about it as far as the overall performance. So I got great performance out of it. And I'm not really surprised about that aspect of it because generally speaking, Chanel is a pretty popular brand, and they are pretty, in my opinion, well known for doing quality fragrances. I'll say it that way. So I'm not surprised that a fragrance that is, termed Superleggera to be super light, that is still, as an EDP concentration, gave me what I call very adequate performance. All right, guys, so when the fragrance opens up, you're met with beautiful citrus notes. Citrus is up top, juicy, mouth-watering note of mandarin orange. That's like kind of signature for this line, man. That mandarin orange note, which is present, I think, in definitely the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport. I know I got some citrus aspects in the Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme as well. But you also got a nice citrus top in the 2008 release, which was Chanel Allure Homme Sport Edition Blanche, which I love that fragrance as well. So you definitely get that nice citrus opening, primarily the mandarin orange, that is going to remind you of, I think, what is kind of the signature touch with this line. Fresh, vibrant, juicy citrus notes up top, and you definitely get that here with this fragrance as well. Now, as it starts to dry down, of course, I think you get a nice, presence of cedarwood, which is something as well that you got from the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport that was released in 2004. And here's where it starts to, instead of Chanel Allure Homme Sport goes more in that kind of green direction, in my humble opinion. This goes a little bit more sweet ambery. So there's amber here, and you also get, as I mentioned earlier, that sandalwood that you got from Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. So it's kind of sweet vanilla, ambery touch there with some sandalwood. Is really a nice, merger, in my humble opinion. And for me personally, I actually like this a little bit more than the original Allure Homme Sport. I love amber. Of course, you guys know it's one of my favorite notes. So I love that, kind of amber dry down that you get here combined with that creaminess of sandalwood. Just works well with the beautiful citrus notes up top, and of course the cedarwood. Now on the far dry down, you get more, of course, with another signature note from the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport is that white musk. It's really, gives a masculine presence to the fragrance, but it also is more of a clean, that's the way I describe it, a clean variety of musk. So I like that, but it definitely gives this fragrance its signature masculinity. And that's something that I loved about the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport, and something that I definitely love about Superleggera. Now, in my humble opinion, because of the way it is constructed, this is definitely signature scent worthy. Signature scent worthy, of course. If you talk about seasons, more people would probably place this in I would say those transitional months as far as primary, like spring, fall. But definitely something that you can rock in the summertime. That, again, those beautiful citruses up top. It's not super heavy, and I guess that's where the super light comes from, because it's not super heavy. But then you have the amber and sandalwood that gives this fragrance some sustainability, and I think really makes it, a versatile fragrance. It's strong enough where it could stand up to cooler temperatures. Definitely inside you can wear this as it's versatile. Just like a lot of fragrances from this line, I think has that versatility to it. So I can see myself wearing this running errands. I can see myself wearing this to work. I actually see myself wearing this suit and tie, to be honest with you. It has that, versatility about it. Just something that is well done and versatile and easy to wear, and it smells great. In my humble opinion, you can never really go wrong with that combination. So my overall thoughts with this fragrance is that I really enjoy it. Prices of fragrances overall are going up $172. Would I have loved for this to be $130? Absolutely. But I'm not upset at all about the purchase of this fragrance. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys can see this. I have only had it about 3 or 4 days. I've actually gotten quite a bit of wearings out of this. You know, I wore it the first day that I got it, wore it the next day, wore it to the gym. So again, it has that versatility. So I've been getting my wearings out of it, and I really like this fragrance. But I just want to come on and give you guys my kind of initial thoughts on the newest release from Chanel Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. A lot of other companies can take note from Chanel. It took them years to do this particular version. You had the 2004 release. Then it didn't come back until 2008, 4 years later with Edition Blanche. Then another 4 years to do Eau Extreme in 2012. And now, 12 years later, we have Superleggera. So that's how you do it. Don't over inundate us with flanker after flanker. But Chanel, very well done in this humble guy, in my opinion, this humble guy's opinion. So, what are you guys' thoughts on it? Have you smelled it? Have you tried it? What do you think about it? I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time. I appreciate your attention to these videos. Of course, I know you guys don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget, guys, take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure, guys, if you don't mind, man, help your boy out that you're sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the BowTie fragrance guy. I love to look good, of course. I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Check this one out, guys. It's really good.